ya YouTubers, Tazman here, bringing you another episode of WoW versus DDO. And in the last episode, so the DDO one seemed to get further, and the reason for that is because at the beginning of this one I did a whole lot of talking, which I'm not going to do this time. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and continue on. So basically all we did in the last episode is a whole lot of talking. We did some really simple little quests on a boat. Then we crashed, and maybe that's part of our boat right there, I guess. And I don't know. We woke up right here. So we're going to go ahead and continue on to see what the difference between WoW and DDO is. So we're going to get our quest right here. Is going to get some Murlocs. One thing I do like about WoW, this is one of their points, is some of the things will actually have little pictures off to the side like this, showing you what it is, or sometimes it's who is giving the quest. There's also autocomplete that will pop up periodically, which I believe we'll actually see. Don't know if it'll be this episode.
Large numbers. Take back our supplies, but avoid fighting too many of them at once.
Now, one thing you'll notice right off is all these Murlocs have yellow above their head. This means that they are basically peaceful or neutral creatures. Now, if I hit one, there are some other creatures, and Murlocs generally are one of them, but because this is the testing, well, not testing, but because this is the starter area, they don't be that mean. Like, if we were to go up there and smack that guy and all these guys turned red and start attacking you, you would not want to play WoW for very long. So, as a rogue, one really cool thing we can do is actually turn invisible. Now, if these guys were hostile, we could probably get around this close without them actually seeing us. Now, if we got into their private space, then yes, of course they would see us. Right now, we don't have much of a reason to be in stealth because we don't have any real attacks other than we can sneak all the way up on something and do the first strike. Whereas if we are not stealthed, we come up and about right here or maybe even further back, it will notice you and come attack you. So this gives you a chance to sneak up on them. These guys are passive, so we're not going to worry about it. We're going to go ahead and you'll see that we can pretty much two-shot these guys. They only have very, very little health, as you can see, 21 health. Now, as we're increasing our, what did we call it? Combo points. We could actually come up and release that, say, on this guy in one move and do more damage.
I need to get closer.
So our quest right here, as you can see, is gather 6 first aid kits from the defeated Murlocs. Oh, from so they're not. I was going, why do they say they're defeated right now? They're not defeated right now. We're going to defeat them. Because we can't actually get it from them while they're still there, I guess. Whee! Let's make him come after us. So now we have a full 5. Let's see if we can one-shot this guy or not. I mean, right in the middle of his dance and stuff. We're just going to end his dance. Really close. So you can see now we have all 6. Now, one thing is this seemed really easy, and the reason it is really easy is because they want us to accomplish our task. Now, when you get further along in WoW, you might have a task that's like get 10 of, you know, Murloc skells or something like that, and for some reason when you kill most of these guys, they don't have any skells on them, so you end up having to kill boatloads of these things. And you'll see it does respawn. I believe everything in DDO respawns as well, and the other thing to point out is in DDO, when we're playing that, you're kind of in a private instance when you're going where you're fighting and stuff. There are some places where it's not so private, but most places are pretty private. You won't run into other players at all. So we're going to go ahead and turn this in, and we have all 6 of them. Another thing to point out is with some quest items, it actually just keeps them in a quest queue bag, I guess. It used to be you actually had to have everything in your actual bag. And you'd end up running out of space really quick. So I just right click the boots that were in here, even though they're the same armor. The ones that were on me only have a durability of 25, where the ones that I picked up are 30. Alright, so let's continue on. And like I said before, always ignore this little blue box. This is strictly because we're on the public test realm. So we're going to complete the quest. She's very happy, and now we're going to see if we can get our survivors on their feet. So we have to patch everyone up before we can begin this, in the search for the missing expedition. She's going to say her son. Take this first aid kit and tend to the wounded. No one gets left behind. And then here's your quest objectives. Use the first aid kit on Austin Huxworth, Bajorn Stouthands, and Kila. So we're going to accept that, and you'll see it pops up over here on the side. And once again, you can also see that the people we need to use it on actually highlight. Now this, I believe, is actually an option in options. You can actually say, you know, I want to make these quests really hard on myself. You know, you can make them pretty hard on yourself because you can't find things. At a later date, we're going to talk a little bit about something on the mini-map. Right now, it's not a good example for that, so we're not going to do that. But in order to use this kit, if we don't have the thing we're selecting, it doesn't always do anything. Invalid target, because I don't have anyone selected. So sometimes just being near something, you can click it. Generally there will be this tiny little white dot that is saying you're close enough and everything's good. If you're too far away, that's what it says. However, if we get within range, we can actually do it on that person.
Don't worry, we'll find the expedition.
So now we come here. Once again, you'll notice that we can't do it here because we don't have anyone selected. So if you do come and you're doing this question like, why aren't they healing? That might be it. Always try and, you know, if you try without having the selection, try and do the selection as well, and see if it works.
Never seen a storm like that.
Never seen a storm like that.
Nasty storm. It must have hit the first boat too.
Okay, so now that we got that, we're going to go ahead and turn it in. And you see, for this, we're turning in our first aid kit. Sometimes they give you the actual item in your inventory. What we will receive is actually an emptied first aid kit, which actually ends up being a 6-slot bag. So that will automatically populate one of these 4 slots down here. So if we complete, you'll see that it actually puts it in the first slot. Generally, it will actually do it one at a time. But if we wanted to move that here, for example, you can move them around. So now she says, I saw a fire near some wreckage up ahead. We should investigate to see if there are more survivors. You're the greenest of the recruits, so you're coming with me. The others will search the island for clues. So this is our quest. Search the nearby camp for expedition survivors. So you'll see that now we have a quest where she's actually moving with us, which is kind of cool. I guess I probably shouldn't talk. Now to other people, there's what's called phases. Other people still see her here and actually see me going off with just some, it actually won't say Captain Garrick, it'll probably say a guard or something like that. And I think they do that so that if you're in a whole group with lots of other people and you each have your own, you'll know which one is yours. Yours is the one that is different than all theirs. So she's going to have us run up here. We're going to find someone that is injured, and we are going to try and get them back to life.
So hungry.
So as you can see, Oh, that's my Captain Garrick. I'm like, oh, see, there's an example. Someone else. But there you go. So she's so hungry, as she just said.
Greetings.
So she has a quest for us, which is to feed her. The others taken need food.
Dionys.
And bam, we level up. And with that, I think we get another ability. Hello? No?
Can't attack that target.
Why can't I stealth either? There it goes. Oh. I think we're having a lag spike. There we go. So we actually do get a stealth ability now. I'm going to put that right there. Called Cheap Shot. And what this does is when I'm stealth, I can stun the target for 4 seconds, which will give me a good hit or two on them, but it also generates one of our combo points. We're also going to come here and get the quest. So it says, this is Alaria, the Draenor shaman who was with the Lost Expedition. She's nearly starved to death. We need to get her something to eat. Slay some of the nearby wildlife for their meat. Bring whatever you find here to cook. We can help Alaria regain her strength. She might be able to tell, or whoops, if we can help Alaria regain her strength, she might be able to tell us what happened to the others. So once again, our quest, get 5 raw meat from wildlife around the abandoned camp, then cook it on the campfire. So if we come, oh, I have to hit accept. One thing I want to point out, notice how none of this wildlife has little auras around them or the little kind of yellowish glow. As soon as I accept, they have, sometimes they have that little glow. You'll notice underneath them is a glow, but also all their names are now showing up. So we come up to this guy, we can stun him for 4 whole seconds while we hammer into him. Maybe even before he gets a chance to hit us, we can end him. Nope, apparently not. And there we go, we got a meat. This is once again is a good example of where it's going to give you pretty much every single animal is going to drop what we need. There is, let's go see if it's still here real quick. There is another thing. This little gray arrow is actually pointing to what I'm hoping it does. So there is this abandoned world chest. Now this disappears. I've never seen that guy before. I don't think we ever go over there. Huh. This appears for everyone in the world, but after someone has looted it, generally it disappears for like 5 or so minutes. But you can find these little purple chests. It has that little purple glow to it. And if we open it, right now it doesn't have anything spectacular. I mean, 20 copper. It gives us a broken mirror, which is worth 66 copper. It gives us a chainmail, linked mail chain belt, which we can't wear because we're not proficient. That's why it's red and says mail. It has an empty wallet. Here we go. Here's something we can wear, a leather belt or a cloth belt. So I think we want definitely the other. Wow, it gave us like one of each type of belt. So we've got a good gold here, or we got a couple silver here, which is kind of nice. And then if we go look at the leather belt, wherever, right here, if we hold down shift, we notice nothing pops up. With the boots, if we held down shift, we can see that we currently have something equipped. So this tells you this is definitely an upgrade because I don't have anything. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get these other guys right here, you know, sneak up on it, pop it, see if we can get a couple hits in. There's 3, and oh, we didn't even get to use our combo points. We ended it so quick. So let's try again here. We'll go ahead and stun. Oh, man, I can't record this while my son is watching Netflix and stuff, or I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing something. So we'll go ahead and do this, and boom, there we go. I think we got it before it got a hit on us. So as you can see, we now have 4 of the 5. Let's go get Mr. Billy Goat over here for the last one. I'm not even gonna sneak up on him. I'm just gonna start welling on him and end him. Now, one thing I did mention earlier, we do have professions in this. This is not necessarily how the profession works. This is just kind of part of a special quest thing. Normally you don't click on the fire in order to cook something. You actually go into your professions, which we will definitely go into at a later date. So let's go ahead and cook our thing. As you can see, we have our cooked meat, and now she's happy with us and wants to eat it. Num num num. You can see that we have the 5 raw meat. Well, that's our quest thing. And we just got the cooked meat. We wouldn't have been able to get the cooked meat unless we had the 5 raw meat. But we're giving her everything. So let's go ahead and continue. You'll see that she's going to give us some tough jerky in as a reward. This jerky, we can sit down and eat it. It gives us 180 health over 18 seconds. We can sell it. She's giving us 4 of those.
Go with the light.
So there we go. Now our captain here is going to say, okay, you're a little less green, but you need to really learn how to do some stuff. So Alaria says that the Quillboar kidnapped the rest of the expedition, including my son. Chances are we'll have to brave the Quillboar's den. That's no small feat. They are far more aggressive and intelligent than the Murlocs she faced earlier. I need to make sure I'm not sending you to your death. We're going to have a one-on-one. We're going to have one last sparring session. So our goal will be spar with her. So I think if we do this, we might see their person now.
Quillboar are far deadlier than Murlocs. You need to be ready for the danger.
So once again, this is stuff just to train you the best way to. It's not always the best, but the way they recommend. So.
All right, let's see what you know.
She's going to tell you what she wants you to do. Abilities proven against Captain Garrick. She probably just wants us to come in and do Sinister Strike. So if we strike her...
Sinister Strike builds up your combo points. Try using Eviscerate when you have at least 3 combo points.
So we want to get 3 combo points on her, and then we're going to Eviscerate. Don't worry about killing her. As soon as she gets down a little bit, she will go ahead and drink a potion. So now we're going to Eviscerate her.
Eviscerate deals more damage based on your combo points. Try again, but this time use Sinister Strike as often as you can to gain combo points.
So she's saying anytime you generate it, go ahead and click it. We're going to give her
at least 4 combo points. Time to use Eviscerate.
Just like she said.
Great job. Eviscerate spends all of your combo points. Use 5 combo. Focus on getting 5 combo points before you try using Eviscerate.
5 combo points. So as you can see, she just keeps drinking her thing. And she's not really doing much damage against us. So there's our 5 combo points.
Use Eviscerate to
and Eviscerate.
Good. You're ready to face the Quillboar.
We are ready. We know how to count our combo points. Why are we still in battle? I don't know. So one thing also to note is, unlike DDO online, or DDO, sorry, not online, because it's always online. It says DDO is online. So when you're out of battle, you actually regenerate your hit points and mana and all that other stuff. In DDO, you do not. Oops, hold on. Oh. So anyway, when you're in combat, you might regenerate mana, and definitely you do get your what is this called? Focus, I think is what they call it on this. I thought if I held my mouse over it, I would see what it's called. Oh wait, I think it's called focus. So anyway, you do you just saw their person come running in. You do generate that stuff. Sorry. Alright, so now we need to go meet everyone, and we get some actual hostile mobs that we get to go into. One other thing to point out is whenever you have a quest that's to turn in, you'll actually get the little, I probably shouldn't call it a plumb bob because that's The Sims and it's probably copyright.
I've never given up
But you'll see this little yellow thing. If I mouse over it, it disappears. But you'll also notice it has the little arrow saying, where exactly do I need to go to do this? As long as it's on screen, you don't have it there. You just have it above the thing. But if it's off screen, it tells you which way you need to go. So that is new to Shadowlands. The original WoW did not have anything like that. So it's kind of nice. It doesn't necessarily do it when you're looking for quests, though. However, when you're looking for quests, if you go into the map,
Over here.
it will
The
show
Cormyr
areas
are
and
conducting
such.
Some sort of ritual.
1 second. There we go. Alright, so anyway, we're going to go ahead and get this quest. Wow, we're at 20 minutes. We're going to finish this area, and then I think we're going to call it. So we're probably maybe another 10 minutes.
You've got my attention.
So we're completing the quest. This is what I want to point out next. So you can get multiple quests by clicking accept and then clicking accept again. It'll give them here, but see how it's drawn this little loop? This is showing you
I didn't see it.
where that quest. So quest number 1, which is the Forbidden Quillboard Necromancy, is in this area where the Geolord Grekog to be slain is in this area. So now this is an example of where I was saying that we have, actually that is showing up now. That's interesting. Maybe that's one of the updates they did. So here we now have our run ability. We can move fast. We can go ahead and sneak up on this dude. What's really cool is later on I also get the option of stunning them. So I just want to show you, as I move around, I'm making an amount of sound. Now, I'm not making a ton of sound for him, but the higher up a level, if they're higher than you, they're going to actually see you because they're gonna detect you. If I cross into his space, you'll see he actually found me. So be careful not to actually cross into their actual space, as they will see you. Let's go ahead and invisible again, and we'll go ahead and get this guy. Now there's also an area up here I want to show you. Whoops, I didn't want to hit that one. Oh well. It still worked. So we got this Geomancer here, thinking all that. We're just gonna smack him upside the head. The reason I hit that is because usually directly above the thing, I have these in a different order because I have, there's usually a throw one that you can do. So I don't know if he's up here. Actually is. So you'll notice there's a star. This means that it is a unique creature or a rare creature that doesn't always spawn. You'll also notice with regular guys there's nothing around their portrait. With this guy there's a silver dragon. This means that you might get special stuff by taking him out. Usually they have a higher amount of health, so be careful. We should be able to handle him fine because once again this is starter area, and their biggest goal right now is to actually let us succeed and learn how to do stuff. So you'll notice he's actually doing a spell, and that was his Earth's Matter or whatever. You sometimes get an ability that can stun that spell and stop them from being able to kill it or do it. Now, as a rogue this low a level, this would also probably be a big mistake, is to try and take out 2 people at the same time. However, we can stun him for 4 seconds, then attack this guy while he stays stunned for 4 seconds, and almost get that guy completely taken care of, and this guy taken care of. Now, there is an ability called Sap that Rogue ends up getting, and that will stun them for a whole minute. So if you have someone like that up there that's 4 people, you can sap one of them. I like picking their pockets as well. But I probably should at least got two things on him. That's okay. But anyway, you can't sap more than one person. It would unsap the one and leave the other one sapped. Another thing I wanted to point out is you cannot turn invisible without a special skill, without when you're in combat. That's what I want to say. So there is a special skill that you can get that will actually allow you to vanish, I believe is what it's called, and you can actually quickly disengage and fade into the shadows. So we're gonna go ahead and turn invisible. This is the boss man right here. He's a level 4. We can see that he's actually a quest item to complete. He's part of a quest. And what we're going to do is rescue our little friend up here, and I think we'll call it a good episode by then. So this is going to give us our 4th, this is going to give us our 5th. We're going to go and do our thing and then totally end him.
I'm too brilliant to die.
We have a guy up there, too brilliant to die. We've got to save him. And I didn't get this right. That's okay.
Let's get out of here.
Alright, so this is pretty much, once again, you see up on the screen, we have another secret treasure, and you'll notice that it glows a little purple. If other people take this, it does not respawn back very quickly. So anytime you see these, they're going to be bonus things, and you can find some good stuff. By the way, when I looted that, I held down my shift key because I have it set to auto loot when I'm holding shift. So once again, we get a lot of different type of bracers. Nope, we didn't actually move into there. We can only wear leather. We're not wearing any so far, so we're going to do that. And I think this is where we're going to end it, because in the next episode, we have to beat up the army.
Well, he was right. Now, where's
Is
the
it going to
rest of
show
the
us the
expedition?
army, or do we have to be in a different phase?
I'm not sure.
I think we have to be in a different
But
phase.
I know how
We're going to beat up a giant army down there. Maybe I'm going to go complete these 2 quests so we can see the army, and then we'll
What can I do?
go ahead and get some new gloves. The gear that you get is usually towards your type of character, whatever your character is. You can actually set up looting specs up here saying, I actually am going to be an outlaw rogue. I would like my gear hopefully to be more along the outlaw rogue type of class.
there's no
Other words, it
problem
just
that
says just your
engineering
class
can
in
solve.
general. So loot specialization is initial. So he's going to give us this quest. Now you can see that's what we're going to be fighting in the next episode. I'm going to go ahead and accept
Take it
this.
easy. I brought along
And
a
we're going to end it right here.
miniaturized Scout-O-Matic
Hopefully you
rifle.
enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave thumbs up down below. Aside from that, comment, like, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Check out my Discord and my other channels. And that'd be it. Until next time, I'll be seeing you later.
Give it a try.
Bye. And we'll give it a try when we get back.